Alrighty my dudes, welcome back to the Triple Lock channel. I hope you're all doing epic today. And today you've joined me on my good friend Woody's Honda Grom. And if you're wondering why I'm on a Grom instead of my Triumph Street Triple, well, I have a flat tyre, unfortunately. So I'm just sort of working out what brand of tyre I want to go with next. But until then, I've got this beautiful Honda Grom to see me through, really. So I thought, why not do a video about it? But before we get into the video, guys, if you haven't liked and subscribed yet, whack it all down below. If you've already done it, epic, thank you so much. So anyway, Honda Grom. And for those who don't know about a Honda Grom, they are a 125cc engine. They are bloody tiny, but don't let that fool you. Okay, they're not exactly powerful, coming in at a whopping 10 horsepower, whee! But it's how they feel and how you ride it, where and when is what counts on these machines. Now, don't get me wrong, on dual carriageways, motorways, that sort of thing, you're not gonna have the most fun. The unfortunate thing is, you know, when you're sort of going flat out 60, 65 miles per hour and you can see a truck rearing up behind you, it's not really something you expect to see. But where it does shine is right here on these back roads and through busy towns and cities, that sort of thing. That's where they really shine. They are epic for it because they're just so agile and small and nimble. And being seated on 12-inch tires, they're just easy to flick around and let it do its own mad little thing. Now, like I said, it is only a 125, so you do feel slightly limited, but as long as you take yourself away from the situations where you would probably need that little boost of speed, then these things are bloody perfect. It doesn't matter how much experience you have as a rider. If you are a more experienced rider, these bikes are still going to be a blast. If you're just starting out learning, then I would say they're actually a pretty good learner bike. So let's talk about who would be best suited to ride one of these. Well, I would say absolutely anybody at all, as long as you're obviously 17 and up, because they are a 125. Now, if you are looking for just a little B-road blaster, something to just flick around for a bit of fun, something that doesn't cost, you know, to the end of the earth just to fill up. I mean, it costs around about £9–10 to fill up a full tank. Epic. You know, it still feels like a proper bike, which you kind of look at it and think, nah, no way. The only thing I would say is that the turning response and things is pretty damn sharp, so just got to bear that one in mind. The amount of times I've nearly slipped off the tyre wall. But for something just to poodle around on, just to have a little bit of fun, yeah, I'll definitely say it's pretty perfect for it. Like this one in particular I'm riding is my good friend Woody's, like I said, and he only got it just as a little toy. He's in his 30s, but he only got it just as a little play stunt bike. So there's a wheelie bar at the back, a couple of sort of crash protectors on the axles and whatnot, and I believe he will be upgrading it in the future with a few more things, so no doubt you will see it more on this channel. But as far as it goes for a learner bike, it is a 125. It will do around about 60–65 miles per hour. So what more do you really need at that, at that age, especially when you're trying to develop your roadcraft? You know, if you're a bit older and you've got a license that can permit it, then you can buy big bore kits for these. So, they will jump up with a bit more acceleration and power at the top end and whatnot. I mean, the one thing I love it for is just to really just have fun dicking about on, I guess. Playing around doing wheelies and whatnot. And I might even just get one myself just for that very reason, just to practice, a bit of stunting and whatnot. I mean, the cult following on these bikes are ginormous. I mean, you can see the big crowds in the States that are going around, 200, 300, 400 strong, man, of just Groms everywhere. It's crazy. They're so popular. And I can see the reason why. All right, out of the box, they do look a little bit funny, especially when they sort of come with the long tail tidy at the back. So I would definitely say, get a nice shorter one. These wing mirrors, they look a bit funky. Every time I look at them, I just can't help but laugh because they just kind of remind me of the whole Mickey Mouse thing. But I really do believe that if you're looking for something, just a little bit of fun, just to play around on, they're perfect for it. It is geared, so it's not like the old, if anybody remembers, the Gilera DNA, I believe they were called. They were pretty funny. And yeah, it's not very much like them at all. because, you know, it has the gears, it has everything exactly as any other bike would have. And here is where we start to see its, I suppose, if you want to look at it this way, a weaker point of the Honda Grom. It's where we're sort of pulling on to a dual carriageway, and as you can see, it's not the fastest, but it can keep up, you know, with sort of the slow moving traffic. There we go, we're nearly hitting 70. Wow, okay, I didn't expect it to do that. So 60, 69, 68. Okay, now we're starting to approach a hill. This is where it really starts to pull itself back. Now don't get wrong, where I live here in Norfolk, not too bad. A lot of the drivers around here are a bit on the slower side. Not all, of course. I mean, every now and then you still get people who are ragging around and whatnot. And this is where I do really miss my street triple. But the unfortunate thing is, because of how slow it can be, you generally do get that sense of unnerving sort of danger when you're on a dual carriageway because of just how small and slow it can be. So try to plan your routes out a little bit better, but even still, I mean, here's not too bad. Everyone's moving at an alright speed, so I'm able to just sit with them. But anywhere outside of, say, Norfolk or whatever, where it's a little bit less rural, where it's more, you know, built up areas and faster A roads and whatnot, then yeah, you know, you could hit a little bit of a bother. But that's alright, it doesn't matter, because that's not what this bike was really made for. What it really is good for is just bombing around with your mates, having a bit of a laugh, you know, good bit of B-road smashing, and just flicking around the town. And it's good really for getting used to how a bike handles. So would I really recommend it to somebody with experience? Definitely. Definitely. If you want a good laugh, go and have a crack at one and tell me what you think. You know, I know people with oodles of experience that just think they're absolutely a right hoot. They really are a right blast. I mean, I love it. I think it's absolutely hilarious. You know, I mean, you've got to bear in mind that this, you know, the size of the tyres, that definitely comes into it. But, you know, a little lean off the seat, dangle the body off a little bit, and it can handle it fairly well. Definitely for somebody who is learning, getting used to handling your bikes, it is perfect. You won't get yourself into too much trouble, and you should hopefully not get into too much trouble with the law, because you can't really break the speed limits too easy. Alright, my dudes, so anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up here, but I thought I'd just give you a little thing about the Honda Grom, and no doubt you'll probably see a lot more about it on the channel. I'm just going to go and do a little bit of shopping, which is exactly kind of my point of what I'm talking about with this thing, where it's just perfect for just quickly pooling around, you know, saving a bit of money on fuel, and at the same time you still get to ride a bike. It's just fun. Anyway, so hopefully by my next video I should have my street triple back on the road. Fingers crossed I get some nice enough tyres and I can make a decent decision, because I'm very, very indecisive. Not a problem. But if you haven't had a chance to yet, guys, click that like and subscribe. Let me know how I got on in the comments below. Any problems, give us a chat on the old Instagram DMs. And just a reminder about our Discord server. Like I said before, it is live, so just click the link in my YouTube about, or on my YouTube banner, and you'll be able to follow the link there. It'll encourage you to create an account. Once you created your account, you can join onto the server and go onto the welcome page, click the little green motorcycle, and you'll have full access to the server, so we can chat on there, ask for tips and advice, and offer tips and advice to other newer riders and whatnot. Let's start to build a bit of a community. Anyway, I'm going to take you around shopping with me, because it'll be very, very boring, but I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, dudes.